Welcome back to another episode of Jody Said It First, because he always says it first. Let's get the topic going.
Jaylen Brown, $304 million. The first nigga in the league to ever get $300 million. Is Jaylen Brown. This nigga not even the best player on his team. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He is a very good player. I don't think. Well, I know he's not top 10 the way Jason Tatum is.
I don't even think he's not even in my top 15.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, top 15 it would be arguable, but I don't think I have him in my 15 either. Top 20
Maybe.
is more his range.
I'm pretty sure I have him my top 25.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say he about in that 25 to 30 range for me. I mean, personally, I take Zach LaVine over him just to throw out another wing perimeter player like that. But you know, he does. He plays better defense than Zach. He is a two-way player. Offensively, you pretty much just gonna be scoring out of him. He don't really rebound much. He's not a good facilitator. He's trying to become better because he listens to what his weaknesses are, and he's definitely made the efforts to improve them. And when it comes to clutchness, there's been times where JT struggled, and you know, he definitely stepped up.
But there's times where he don't be stepping up, and then JT has to step up, or neither one of them step up. That's how they lose games.
Hey, give me the control. But yeah. I personally wouldn't have made him the first person to get $300 million in the league, but it's all about timing, and his timing was perfect with the new CBA. He was allowed to be in his position. You know, has Jaylen ever been an All-Star? I don't think he's been
One
an All-Star.
time.
I was about to say maybe once.
Maybe twice, but I'm pretty sure just once.
Look it up.
All right.
But it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy that's been in the league now, you know, not quite 10 years, but he's approaching it. He's a one-time All-Star, I believe. He's been the second, two-time All-Star?
Two-time.
Okay. He's never, at no point, I've considered him
The best player.
even above the second best player on the team. So it's just weird, but like I said, it's the CBA.
I mean, but really the CBA makes it harder because teams that are over the cap have all these disadvantages, and with JB getting this contract because it kicks in next year.
Mm-hmm.
Porzingis his contract is this year, next year. JT's already getting paid. They have Brogdon who's getting $20 million. Derek
They
White
tried to move Brogdon.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna continue to try to move Brogdon. They already had to sacrifice Smart, which is crazy.
Yeah. Derek White's making 15, 18 mil range. So those five alone, and then you can't even forget Horford and Time Lord, Rob Williams. They both making around 10 mil. Those seven guys, right? They're making probably majority of their cap. And so they're probably gonna be over cap space, so they get all the new disadvantages the CBA has. Plus, it's this team really is JT and JB play so similar. It's is that really even a good duo?
They've reached their ceiling.
Yeah,
basically, they've reached their ceiling. They made it to the finals. They've been in 4 conference championships, I believe. I think they've reached their ceiling with how this team is constructed. I don't know if I've never been the one to say break up Tatum and Brown.
I would have done it this year though.
Yeah,
It's the first year I would have done it though.
Yeah, I've never said break them up, and I'm still cool with them not being broken up. But I just feel like it might need to happen because with now how these contracts are tied up, they don't have any kind of flexibility to build anything. but they still could make a power move trade. The problem is the only trades I've heard them even being in discussion about, or even rumors, it's been. No, I'm talking about for Tatum or Brown.
Oh.
It's all been for another perimeter player.
Yeah.
You know, they still don't have a point guard. Brogdon, I mean, he can do it. D. White can do it. Peyton Pritchard can do it. But
You don't want him to, though, really.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you know, every trade I've heard, even rumored, it ain't been for a big man. They did get Porzingis. Porzingis can be of use.
He's not the like commander.
Yeah, he's gonna protect the rim. He's gonna do all right rebounding. He can still spread the floor the way Herford can. But you know, Porzingis ain't who I once viewed Porzingis to be anymore. And yeah, I just feel like the Celtics have really reached their ceiling.
I really don't feel like they can break up JB and JT no more. Because, like, if Tatum's the one that you, like, have to trade and stuff, then, like, that's not what you would want to do. Because he's
I wouldn't
the
even
better
consider
player.
trading. Yeah, I wouldn't
Exactly.
consider trading.
And then with, like, Jaylen Brown, he's making $300 million as, like, a secondary, third best player on a team. You really wouldn't want to pay somebody like that, especially on the new CBA. So I feel like until, like, JB's contract's over, they both have to be Celtics.
No, I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you 1,000% on that. It's just I've never. You say this was the first year you considered splitting them up.
Yeah.
I've never really said they need to split them up, but now with them giving him this contract, you got to think Tatum gonna get at least $350, at least $350, and I just don't see how flexible they can be or what kind of moves they can make to surround Tatum and Brown to help them elevate. This is a team, again, and I believe the last 5, maybe 6 seasons, 23, that was in the conference finals. 22, that was in the conference finals, made it to the finals. 21, did they make the conference finals against the Bucks? Or who?
Against the Bucks, they beat wait. Yeah.
I know in 20 they was in the conference finals. So that's 20, 22, 23. And you know what? The other time was 18, so they couldn't have been 21. Because I think they've only been in the conference finals 4 times. And I know they was in the 18 because that was LeBron's last year in Cleveland. And that's when Kyrie was hurt. So they made the conference finals in 18, 20, 22, 23. I don't see them doing any better than what they did in 22, making the finals and losing in 6 to the Warriors. Like I said, I'm not dissing Jaylen Brown whatsoever. Salute to that black man. I know he's going to do right with his money. He's a very highly intelligent man. He's a deep brother. I got nothing but love and respect for Jaylen Brown. Only thing negative, if you want to say it's negative, that anybody can ever say I've said about Jaylen Brown is if you think he's better than Tatum, you're wrong. He's not. He's not better than Jason Tatum. I mean, just because, okay, I put it to y'all like this. If you want to say he's better than Tatum, are you the same people that said Kyrie was better than Bron? Because Kyrie was more clutch.
I kind of thought that for a minute. I'm not even gonna lie.
No. I'm saying. So if what I'm saying is, if you didn't say that, if you didn't give Kyrie that proper due, then how are you giving it to JB? Because JB steps up when Tatum don't. Hell, I can even go back to Kobe and Shaq. If you didn't give Kobe his due for being better than Shaq at some point, how can you say JB is better than Tatum? I'm not saying Tatum is LeBron or Kobe, and I'm not even saying JB is Kyrie or Shaq. But as good as JB is, again, Tatum is top 10 hands down.
Top 5. I have him on top 5.
I had him top 5 in 22, at the end of 22, for getting them there, for how he did Kevin Durant. I had him like 5th, but I had to also look at his performance against the Warriors play out this year, and he struggled again mightily in the playoffs.
Who's your top 5 then? Who's your top, like?
I think I don't know if those 2K ratings were correct, but I told you then the ratings that 2K put up for who they had at the top of their, I think all the guys they had like 97. That was my top 5. Giannis, well, in order, from 1 to 5 in order. Joker, Giannis, Luka, Embiid, and LeBron. Now, the way that changed from last year, I had Bron out, Tatum was in, Steph was 6. Right now, I got Tatum 6, Steph 7, KD 8, with Kawhi and Dame rounding out the top 10. That top 10 for me has stayed the same. People could argue Kawhi maybe not being in there due to injury, but we see what that man is when he healthy.
I have AD in my top 10.
I do not have AD in my top 10.
I mean, yeah, I get, because he always hurt himself, but like I felt like with Kawhi AD, I feel like right now, AD
at one point in time, we gotta remember, people coming into this season. That was my big take before the season. I said Anthony Davis will play at least 60 some odd games, or maybe I said 70, and I said he would be the MVP of the league. He would submit himself as what he finally should be. I said that before the season, and by December, I said I was wrong. He came back and he was pure dominant for a little bit. I think through January maybe. But then he tailed off again. And then look at what he did in the playoffs.
On and off
against Memphis. Like, I just know. Yeah. I'm giving AD his respect for top 15, but he's not in my top 10. He's not in my top 10. But Jaylen Brown is not in my top 10, definitely. I don't believe he's in my top 15. I think he could maybe possibly be top 20, but Jaylen Brown is a top 25 player at best. I think that's the only place I can say he's solid at is in that 20 to 25 range. But hey, he set the market. He had the contract ready to set the market. He's a good brother. From what I see on the outside looking in, I don't know him, of course, but he seems like a good dude with his heart in the right place, and his mind is definitely in the right place. So I'm not hating on him whatsoever. Hey, get paid, young nigga, get paid. You feel me? But yeah, I mean, I just
bang.
Yum the Mongo. Yum the Mongo.
$300 man in the league, but it wasn't their time. It was his time, so I ain't mad at him.
How I really feel though with it is, at least for the Nuggets, Bucks, 76ers, it's a good thing. JB's contract was after Giannis, Joel, and Jokic. Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
Not Jokic, but like, cause I really feel if JB's getting this, then you have to, let's say, pay Giannis next year. Giannis had to have like a $500 mil deal. And like, if JB's getting 300.
Keep talking. I'm about to look and see who's the 2024 free agents.
Cause like, I know like there's Kyrie, this and that. I mean, Kyrie was this year. Harden is because he's on 1 year. But like, with like next year, there's not really anybody on JB's level. From what I like know off the top of my head,
Anthony Davis is gonna opt out at the end of the season. He has a player option.
You think he's gonna opt out?
He's gonna opt. He just saw Jaylen Brown get $300 million. He's gonna opt out.
But
so we either gonna have to pay him or trade him, because let me see what would he be getting? He'll be getting $40 million. He'll stay.
He's not. Yeah, I was gonna say
he'll opt in. He'll opt in. He'll keep that $40 million.
Jody said it.
Kawhi. I said Kawhi has to opt in.
Kawhi, he's due $45 million.
He has to opt into that. And like with that, if I were the Clippers, I'm breaking it up. After
This is the perfect one.
Oh, Siakam.
Because Siakam is a guy that's in Jaylen Brown's atmosphere.
I feel like Siakam's better.
I put Siakam above Jaylen Brown.
I Siakam in my
Siakam is due. He's due just under $38 million next year. He's due just under $38 million. Toronto's already in panic mode. So Toronto's gonna probably try to trade him first because they know he will demand a long-term contract worth this. Unless he's gonna take like a 1-and-1 type deal, a 2-year with no option. If he wants a long-term deal, he's definitely gonna be looking for it. Tyrese Maxey ain't gonna get $300 million, but Tyrese Maxey gonna get 200 something. He gonna get a fat contract. Paul George, he gonna be in the same atmosphere as Kawhi. LeBron, he got a player option for his last year. Harden, he ain't gonna get $300 million at this point.
I felt like with Siakam, I feel like
we're
he's
gonna
gonna
wrap
finish
this
the
one
road.
up. We might come back to this topic, but yeah, let's change the market.